to the position where they will be consistently banning out the Akai. What's the Akai very good against? A Hellcurt. Who's the first person to use a Hellcurt this season? H2. And now with this lineup of Onic PH, who relies a lot on a backline heavy 2 damage setup with a lot of tanky frontliners, this now opens up a Hellcurt pick for H2. And Onic, since they will probably be taking away the Akai, will be taking away one of the best counters to the Hellcurt.
Oh wow, this is going to be exciting to see whether or not that Hellcurt will be open for H2. And I think another pickup that H2 has always been hyping, or at least their former analyst Midnight, was that Alucard. But hopefully we don't see that Alucard right now.
Never knows, man. It might work. It still might work.
Still might work, even in the tank meta.
But I get you.
What impersonation is that?
I wasn't doing an impersonation.
Darn it.
I'm just trying to do my job, sir.
Well, before we go on to those impersonations and spot-on predictions on the draft by Renmar, we'd like to thank our official sponsor, Samsung. Awesome speed with the ultra-fast 5G performance. Take the awesome game to the next level with its ultra-fast 5G connectivity. This allows Gen Z gamers to enjoy the most reliable connection available and have the fastest gaming experience anytime and anywhere. Now, moving back to the predictions, you talked about the Hellcurt. What about you? Personally, what has been the H2O pickup for you for the longest time that you've watched H2?
Dude, honestly, like, I don't know. Every time I've seen H2, it's obviously, like, I don't know why this pops in my head, but Roger.
Roger Tall. Roger wins games.
Like, Roger.
Roger's an option as well.
Yeah,
obviously.
so, but, I mean, we haven't seen, like, much Roger.
But if they'd want to play Roger, they would have played it with MP.
Yeah.
MP's a more prolific Roger. So I'm thinking, Nxpe will probably ban out the Fanny, the Natalia, and the Grok, or the Barrett. And then Onic will still ban the Karina, the Karina, the Akai, and the Wanwan. That Karina ban might change though. They ban the Valentina first. They'll probably think about another jungler ban instead. And NXPE, they're really probably thinking about picking up Hellcurt at one point.
Yeah, and Hellcurt is something that is very much specialized in what he does. I feel like Kyrie is the other person that used that Hellcurt.
Yes.
I think Kyrie and H2, both very strong assassin junglers in the country. But before I think Season 8 ended, Yisun Shin was the pickup for H2O, even in the Seabowl qualifiers that happened before MPL Season 9. But Yisun Shin just fallen out of the meta right now. So this is still something more of a question mark for us. What's the H2O signature of Season 9?
In terms of his signature for Season 9 is actually a Paquito jungle. So, they ban out the Savior. Might be more of a Paquito pickup here for NXP then if that's the case. If I'm Onic, I'd rather ban out the Paquito.
Oh yeah, Paquito is still one of the best junglers in terms of utility and damage for sure.
Do you think it's still worth it to take...
Hey, you know what it is,
There it
Redmar.
is.
You know what it is.
There it is. Do you think it's still worth it for them to take Wanwan without the Xavier? Is there still value there?
Let's see, because
If they can get a three fighter frontline, or 3 tanky frontline,
Yeah.
3
Beefy
tanks,
boys.
3 beefy boys,
3 beefy boys.
3 beefy boys.
make for a good 1-1 front. And you know NXPE, they have one last ban left. Maybe they could take out some Kyrie heroes if they want to, but the Fanny's already out. The Ling is still open. Maybe they want to take the Ling for themselves, because we know that H2 loves playing that Ling. In fact, one of the most famous Ling players in the Philippines.
Now here's the thing, if NXP pick up the Link, they'll have to pick up the Franco.
Oh yeah.
Their 1-1's gone. Onic, man, if they first pick Franco here, I'm gonna lose it.
What if they do though?
You're
What are
ready to
you
lose
gonna
it.
lose?
Or they can
Himself.
first pick Paquito. They can flex Paquito. They flex Paquito to Marky, Delarski, and Kyrie. No, it might be a bit too early. There's still a lot of pieces that could give that Paquito a difficult time.
It's going to be a tough decision for Onic Philippines to choose what to get for their priority pick. They have been priority picking Wanwan.
Good.
But right now, let's go for the Grok. It has been consistent both for Beloyski and Delarski. It's the Ski brother flex.
Is this their... So, did they get Grok 3 games? 4 games.
I think, yeah, 4 games. This is the
4
fourth game.
games. Yeah, this is like Onyx version of the Franco so far. So,
But they did flex this between the Ski brothers, which made it even more lethal in terms of the draft. Nxpe, their first 2 picks. Any predictions out there, Renmar?
Maybe they'll. No, I don't think they'll take away the Uranus. Pantheon's not up. Ling, there we go. Eve still.
Ooh,
It's gonna be a change for the roamer.
and it's their favorite Eve.
yeah. The Yelly Haze Eve and the Ling coming in from H2. Both really, let's say, comfortable with those heroes.
Can I just say that with Ling, and I've said this throughout the season, I feel like it's a great hero, but if you lose the purple, and you even mentioned this during the game,
Yeah.
a purple-less Ling
Is a helpless Ling.
I was gonna say a useless Ling, but yeah, same concept, right? And now Onic Philippines gets the Lilia.
Oh man, you talked about this earlier. The Hatred Lilia. What can we expect from this?
Okay, NXP might end up picking up a roamer here that might actually start the game with helping out Donut in lane. Because I'm sure at this point NXP knows there is a very, very good chance this Lilia will go into the hands of Marky, and Marky will just be like, I look for kill in the first 2 minutes in the gold lane.
Haha.
He always does that without fail. He's been doing it since MPL Philippines Season 8.
Man, Marky and his Lilia pick. It's like his pocket Lilia pick, and you can't even say that he's limited to mage gold laners, because he plays a lot of marksman as well. But as you said, the Franco, all 4 games, Cadenza playing Franco. Is it
You look
good or
shocked.
bad? Is it good or bad?
Redmar's face looks like it might be bad.
I'm just surprised. Why? Not really just good about it, just like, wow, that's dedication right there.
You
It's
know,
a spicy
eventually-
meatball.
to be fair though, like
Uh-huh.
Cadenza, regardless of all the games, outcomes of the games, he's actually landed quite a few hooks.
Yep,
Like,
and clutch ones even.
yeah, but then also there's times where like it's like a little bit overzealous and then it doesn't work out for them, right? Like the concealed plays or like the flicker in. A lot of times he was actually hooking Kyrie the last game, and you don't want to hook a Barrett's, right? So
Yeah.
it's I don't know how this is gonna work out this time for
Yes.
Cadenza.
And I like the point that you brought up there, Naisu, that you kind of don't want to hook the Barretts, because when you hook the Barretts, you get crowd control immunity. The moment that he casts the Tone is welcome, heals up a little bit, and the moment that he survives your initial burst, it's pretty much you used all of your abilities and you can't do anything anymore. But you said that they should respect that, Natalia. Renmar, they take it away.
A part of me is thinking this Lilia might actually go on Hatred instead of Marky, and they'll still play a Marksman. Because if you're going to be playing a lineup that already has a Grok and a Barretts, a Marksman will be very happy with it. NXP has to take or ban the Popol and Koopa instead.
Oh, Popol and Koopa, we haven't actually
Yeah.
saw Popol and Koopa today. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it. Yeah, it's been banned in key moments. They ban out the Aja. Might be a Popol and Koopa pickup here for Onic. And this might actually be Popol and Koopa and Baksha. So that Popol and Koopa goes to Marky. The Barretts goes to Delarski. Baksha goes to Kyrie. Oloyski gets the Grok.
I can't believe this. The Baksha is open, second banning phase after the Baksha? You're giving away the Baksha for free in Onic Philippines. They have played a triple beefy boy lineup,
I was
right?
gonna say this leads to the beefy boy theory, right? And then at the same time, if you actually have the Baksha, dude, Yelly Hayes' life is gonna be a living hell because you have so much to worry about, right? So we'll see what they actually round that out with. But either way, good choices here. Now Nxpe is up for the next pick.
They banned out the Brody. Yeah, Popol and Koopa looks really good here. Because then at the same time, if you pick up the Popol and Koopa, you'll turn off the idea of Onic. Maybe. Again, it's very far flung of the idea of them potentially going roam Selena in the game. So, Popol and Koopa looks really, really good right now.
Yeah. Donut, he has shown that he could play other marksmen as well. And he's not only a one-on-one trick, but he could also play that Brody that got banned right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if that Popol and Koopa that you just mentioned could go out. That's additional crowd control, additional protection, and additional sieging ability that you want to pair up with the Eves. They have a few seconds to pick it up. Let's see what will they go to the Matrix.
This is gonna be a Popol. It has to be a Popol and Koopa. It just looks so good right now. That's one of the heroes that Marky likes to play against Beatrixes. And I think for a good amount of gold laners actually like to play Popol and Koopa against a Beatrix.
Yep, and it's mainly because of the ability to soak damage from the skill shot auto attacks using that Koopa.
Yeah, and there it is.
Block it with a dog.
Please be a Baksha too. Come on.
If it's a Baksha, Redmark can sleep soundly tonight.
Redmark can sleep like he earned it.
I can't sleep. I'll oversleep.
Well, okay.
All right.
I, mean,
I
I hope he can still sleep though.
Yeah.
All right.
And you know, the D-Rock, it rounds up the composition coming in from Onic Philippines. Let's assess it a little bit as we wait for Nxpe to finish theirs. We have a lot of physical damage coming in from the D-Rock and the Popol and Koopa, plus the Grok as well. And in terms of magic damage, more than enough coming in from the Lilia. Crowd control quite balanced. I would call Onic's composition well balanced, but Renmar, do you think there are any kinks in there inside that composition?
Yeah, it's not a perfect composition, definitely. But with a double tanky frontliner, a strong high damage leading fighter, it's a pretty well-rounded draft. I wonder if Oreshi will end up picking up Toms or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's actually a great choice.
That's a great pick by Oreshi.
Yeah, because I was like, they actually need a little more tankiness too. And when you think about those XP laners, you need someone that's more along the lines of a true tank, right? So, and also just the amount that Glue can actually do. It's actually a great choice here for Nxpe Evos.
Yeah. And fun fact for Nxpe, their other XP laners at Gitnu, he's had 4 wins this season, and all of them came from being as a Glue.
Wow. No wonder I have memories of Nxpe playing with the Glue, but not with Oreshi.
Yeah.
Sagitnu playing the Glue. Maybe he learned a thing or two from Sagitnu, but we will be loading up for game number 4. This is potentially going to be the last game if Onic Philippines secures the win, but with H2's return in hopes to save Nxpe in game number 4, could it actually work?
Oh, I just realized Glue only has 1 loss under Nxpe. All in all, the record of Nxpe with Glue is 6-1.
Wow, that is a very positive win rate. Let's see if that carries over for Nxpe as we enter game number 4, match point for Onic Philippines.
Wow. Man, I'm actually curious too. Who was that? Do you have who that was in the hands of, or just overall?
2 of them were on the hands of Oreshi, 4 of them were on the hands of Sagitnu.
Yeah, okay. Man, so, I mean, I feel like a lot of this too is just, again, going to rely on H2O to have a better early game than what we saw with MPV King's Ling. So, actually, early flicker there from Lloyd.
Yep, definitely an early flicker there, and now the Grok can't be too aggressive against this Ling. And so far, H2 having a swell time with 2 members from NXP actually protecting him. Kyrie, though, very aggressive in his early rotates around H2's jungle. He stole that away.
Yeah. He's still confident to go into the jungle here too, because he's got the backup now. So again, this is a kind of a battle of an early start from junglers, right?
And H2 tried to get his cabin Hatred. As you said, Renmar, it could have been a Hatred mid lane. It is a Hatred mid lane with that Lilia. And now H2 is going to have to fight for his life here in the orange buff.
It's going to be okay. Beloyski doesn't have the flicker, remember that. So he's going to take quite a bit of damage. He might not escape this one. This is most likely going to be a first blood going over next play. Evos. There it is. The first blood goes over to Yelly Haze.
NXPE securing the first blood. This is good news for them, but the gold lead, or the insignificant gold lead, is still in the hands of Onic Philippines. It's because H2 was significantly behind because of the sheer power of that Barrett's jungle.
And right now, Onic really needs to be careful with that Glue. That will be the X factor in this game. because that glue pickup was beautiful, and it just works so well, but
Wow.
Dolarski is not even letting Resh play the lane.
Man, the Abysm Strike almost finished him off, and Nxpe, two of them secure their lives with 50 HP. My God.
That's what had me on the edge of my seat there a little bit. There's the wild charge. Blade comes out too. Can they actually follow this up here? H2O is going to be fine. I'm not sure if that's just a visual bug. Was he actually able to secure that purple before it was taken from him? But I think he did get it.
He did get his purple.
Oh, there it is.
And the funny part is the Spectre step followed him all the way, even with the Finch boys. So the flicker was actually burned out from Dolarski as well. I'm sure he didn't really want to do that.
Yeah, and right now too, I mean, this is a lot better start, right, for H2O. He doesn't have any kills, but he's got that assist, right? He hasn't died. He's been able to secure his buff. So overall, at this 3-minute mark, you can actually say, okay, you're doing better here, H2O. Now, you just need to have that support, right? As you travel around the map, the objectives are going to come. Because check out Kyrie, man.
Yeah.
He's actually he's probably going to take this orange buff. But also, the response from H2O is to try to go down to the bottom. But Onic Philippines now here, popping their blades. He should be fine. They're not going to give up that orange buff that easily.
Yep, and H2O, he needs to be able to at least secure retribution battles that MP the King lost against Kyrie. I feel like it also boils down to that.
Yeah, now Yureshi trying to get Dolarski back here so H2O can come get the kill. Loiski now here to help, but there you go. Two go down actually across the map as well. But a response from Onic Philippines as they find Donuts. Now Kyrie actually able to survive. He's not able to finish that one. A lot of action across both sides.
Valoisky did a fantastic job of stopping H2 from going home. He was recalling on the wall, but Valoisky was just able to knock him down off the wall and interrupt the cast of the recall using the Guardian's barrier.
Man, time is gold for jungler, especially if you want to secure your buff as quickly as possible. And Valoisky knows that, just annoying H2 out of his own jungle. This is quite dangerous for him, and the turtle is up.
He's going to wild charge out of there. He's going to be fine, though. Again, he still has the flicker, too. Turtle's going to be up for the taking here. Next play, Evo's also just around the corner. H2O going to secure his buff. No one's going to give the go signal just yet, and it's only a matter of time.
I'm thinking this might be a second turtle going to Nxpe, and Onic might just trade it out elsewhere. Because in terms of the positioning, it's a bit too risky. Kyrie isn't at 100. He's getting closer to 50. He just got hit by a snipe.
Man, the sniper or the Renner rifle definitely is something that you need to keep your eyes open with. It's still a respectable amount of damage, and Valoisky's not even going to stop. He's going to destroy the time that NXP has inside their own jungle. He flickers away.
But, as you mentioned, Onic Philippines is actually going to secure the second turtle there. So,
I thought NXP would stay in the turtle and just commit there.
Yeah.
But no, Onic may end up swapping spots.
Oh, down at the bottom, and also here at the top, H2O finding kill on Valoisky. Didn't have the flicker available. Yelly Hayes got to back off here. But again, just all over the map, what we're seeing is pretty much on both sides, just action on both. Cadenza goes in with the flicker. There's the... Here comes a shotgun. A matter of time.
What?
Oh,
wow,
Marky. Actually able to survive. Take it down, Marky.
2v1 outplay, but the fight continues down in mid lane. The outplay in that lane by Marky, using Koopa to block damage from Wesker. What a great play coming in from the gold laner of Onic Philippines as we head on to this pause.
Man, that was an aggressive play, like, from Cadenza. Once again, you know, and I don't know, man. I feel like Marky, he's been in those situations so many times where it's like, it's almost like a 2v1. And, you know, then it just ends up not working out for them.
Wow, I've gotten taller and lost weight.
Well, hello there. I've gotten younger.
And I think I've...
You've turned into a beautiful woman. Yes. Oh, that's... Oh, who are these people? Why they're hideous? Oh, it's us. Hi.
Well, as we head on this technical one, it's a short breather for us as well. It is already officially day 1.5, and
It's at 1 a.m., bro.
Checking my Samsung phone here, it is is 12:52 a.m. and Nxpe Evo still fighting for their dreams right now. I mean, a quick reality check for our viewers right now. Thank you for staying with us despite all the technical difficulties today, despite the long hours of us just talking to each other. You're still here. Nxpe Evos is still fighting for their dreams. One loss means they gotta take the L again, and I think the biggest meme for Nxpe Evos has been back-to-back 8th place or back-to-back 6th place, and even if they did secure a 4th place finish, like regressing progress, that's something that I feel like would sting to their fans.
Dude, if you think about it either way, both of these teams have a lot riding on their histories, their fan bases, right? I mean, imagine too if this happens to Onic Philippines. Onic Philippines was pretty much the number 1 seed for most people pre-season. They struggled throughout the regular season, but they're also just, they were second runners up on the world stage at M3. So it's almost the same thing, man. Like either team here that gets knocked out by the end of today at day 1.5 is going to be pretty heavy on the teams, the fan bases, and their stories, their journeys, especially for Nxpe Evos, because I feel like a lot of the times people have looked at Nxpe Evos as like the underdogs.
Yeah,
right.
For almost all the time, I feel like Nxpe Evos has learned to embrace that as well. Like, I think the teaser video that they produced for the playoffs, they were compiling all the mean stuff that the players have heard from their haters, basically, or even bashers, they would call, and they use that as fuel to perform even better in the playoffs. And as you said, Naisu, it's the same thing for Onic Philippines. If they do lose this, it's a big downgrade from being the first runner-up of the M Series to having a first-round exit to the playoffs.
Yeah, it would be a big fall from grace for Onic PH if that happens to them. A lot of teams, a lot of people saw Onic PH as potentially the favorites to win it all. Like, they just came from a dominant M Series performance. It's just that they were roadblocked by Blacklist International, who just knew how to play against Onic incredibly well. But Onic did not have the best season compared to what most people thought they would have. And a first round exit would definitely be a tarnish to the legacy they've made for themselves.
Yeah, and based on, I think, Delarski's personal intent as well on a lot of the videos, a lot of the interviews, Delarski has been very vocal on wanting to secure that championship because it has been elusive for his career for the longest time. First runner-up here, first runner-up there, and when you're in that situation, in this first round where it's do or die, you just kind of want it a little bit more than the other person, right?
Delarski has honestly been like a top 3 XP laner ever since he came into the league.
Yeah.
He's been a top 3 XP laner for season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's 6 seasons in a row. You can consider him a top 3 XP laner.
Wow.
And the lack of a championship, I feel like it doesn't tarnish his legacy. But of course, as a pro player, it'll probably be in his eyes that I can't call myself one of the best if I'm not a champion type of thing for Delarski.
Sometimes it's really just like that for competitors. Like if there's no ring, it feels like it didn't make sense. But honestly, if Delarski, I mean, hopefully he does win a ring in the future, or even before. But let's go back to the game first. Oreshi, very low in HP.
Man, the turret does go down. Yureshi able to get some health back here. Now Beloyski could be in trouble. That's going to be a real-world manipulation.
Oh, I wonder what's happening. Hopefully nothing too serious, because this is a very crucial game.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I think Beloyski's about to go out. Like, he's pretty much, he's trying to just go out gracefully there.
It's already there at that point, you know? And going back to that topic that we were talking about, like, if ever, like, Delarski doesn't win that elusive championship that he's been chasing his entire career, let's say we're in that sad timeline for Delarski, like, sometimes you gotta think, like, you're still one of the best in the game. Like, even if you didn't win the championship, your name is etched in history as one of the best in your role. And I feel like you could compare that on a lot of traditional sports athletes that don't even have a championship. Like, you can name tons of them, like Steve Nash, or wait, Steve Nash doesn't have a championship, right?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, thank you.
Well, I mean, either way, right? I feel like that's great if you can like say that you're the best in your role that, but at the same time, it's like you're always gonna want to chase that. Like you want that championship, right? So. And I feel like that's just on a personal level. That's probably how he feels. So all these players obviously want to have the title of champions.
Yeah.
And this is again a step towards that, as it's again match point for Onic Philippines here.
You could only say that they are champions of their league, or even in the most competitive professional league in Mobile Legends here in the Philippines, and everybody's fighting for that dream. We're 7 minutes in this very crucial game number 4. If Nxpe loses this one, they're gonna have to go home in the first round exit. But Onic Philippines, they're trying to secure this win right here, right now.
And the turtle's gonna be up here shortly. Yureshi gonna lose his turret up here. So again, Onic Philippines gonna be looking for a clean take on the turtles. That's gonna be the hook there. Hatred have to back off here. Oh,
Turtle
hold
for
on.
Kyrie.
Ooh,
They're
knock
out
up
here.
though.
Marky's gonna be in trouble. Here comes the Daytona's welcome. Kyrie now focusing down. Yureshi, he's gonna be in trouble here. Can he get a kill? Still gonna be alive. Has the sticky glue, but he goes down.
And Kyrie just took that as plainly as possible. He just kind of stood there and just made sure that he wouldn't go anywhere else.
I mean, what do you do as a Barretts, right?
Stand and
You
smile,
just,
boys.
You just stand and gobble people up, I guess.
And stomp them if you have that passive up. And Kyrie, he's looking for a great player. Beloyski.
Oh, not again. Cadenza going to be in trouble. Has to flicker out here. This is what I was talking about. Cadenza with the hooks. He's got to be careful because the way that Onic Philippines is playing around the hooks now, I mean, it's pretty troubling. But that one lands, and there you go. Beloyski getting hooked once again. Cadenza finding a connection. He's just got to be careful with the placements, especially when the flicker's down.
Yep, and Nxpe, definitely Cadenza has been consistent on this prank show. Sometimes it's 50-50, but Ureshi goes in.
Oh, Yureshi once again. The turret's going to be secured here. He should be fine.
Look at that
After
glue.
that killing spree by Donut, they're happy to trade the 1-for-1 so far, and they're going to back off with the turret as well.
Yeah, we saw it there why this glue pick is just absolutely brilliant. Yeah, he has 3 deaths, 4 assists, but he's buying so much time and creating so much space. This is why glue was picked up more often the first half of the season, with a lot more marksmen getting picked up. It's so great against backline heavy compositions.
Oh, Beloyski still alive.
He's going to have to flicker out. Cadenza's going to get a return damage. There's the power of the glues and his dark energy killing spree going over to Hatred here. Wow, the action does not stop.
Fairly even game here. Gold lead just jumping from 100, 200 on both sides. And looking at the items, a lot of our heroes are actually almost halfway done, and their items in power spikes are already up there.
Yeah, my question is how will Onic really deal with this glue? Again, that's the main thing, or the main winning condition here for Nxpe. How well can they play around what Ureshi is doing to the formation of Onic PH? Onic PH is going to take a long time to take this glue down.
There's the answer to your question, Redmar. As they focus him down here, Hatred once again getting that kill. And now, again, Onic Philippines in a good position here to start this Lord up.
Man,
Clavos.
Onic has been really spot on timing their pickoffs for Lords that they take for 4v5s. Nxpe, they got to be more careful around objectives if ever it is still alive. But H2, are they going to risk this?
Is going to be able to fight this with the Retribution battle against Kyrie. Now, Kyrie's got a pretty good thing. Here comes the damage. And can he secure it? No, Kyrie does. And the return now. Next play, has to be careful. Donut's going to flicker out. There's the lockdown. Delarski could be in trouble, too. Yureshi now up, joining the party. There's going to be the conceal. The flicker goes in. Can he actually engage this one? Delarski going to go down here. Nice pickup by Yureshi. And now the rest of the next Clavos turning it around. They're doing their best. Beloyski, can he actually get up in time to help them out? The Lord's going to be marching up top, but that's going to be unstoppable.
What a play.
Donut. Nice play there by Nxpe Evos.
Great call for Nxpe to continue that aggression, chase down the members of Onic. They knew a Lord is coming out, and the best possible thing to do is to take down and kill the members of Onic. Cadenza gets another hook.
Oh, no.
That might not be who we want to hook there. Cadenza is going to take quite a bit of damage. Killing spree, though, goes over you and Yelly Hayes are pushing them back. Next play, Evo's trying to fight to stay in this match. But there you go, Yoreshi. There's just too much damage. Next play, Evo's takes out 4. Dolarski, can you do it? Can you defend? Because next play, Evo's takes control.
We have 2 people on the side of Onic Philippines and 4 on the side of Nxpe. They could try to secure an inhibitor turret, but that still will be risky considering Beloyski and Marky will be alive. But that is a massive win in a massive sequence of plays for Nxpe. And let's take a look at what Nxpe did there.
Cadenza able to find the hook, and great formation here or positioning by Yelly Hayes because Marky just ate everything up from Oreshi and Yelly Hayes while Beloyski and Hatred tried to go for a Cadenza. A fantastic initiation there by Nxpe. You see Oreshi being able to just pull Beloyski everywhere, all the way to that shrub. What fantastic team fight. Communication.
H2 on the backside.
H2O in the back. Tempest Blaze going to be blocked. H2O looking for kills, grabbing them one after another. Give a donut the monster kill. H2O goes back. Yoreshi finds the connection. Give him another one. Next play, takes down 4.
They might be able to
take this to game number 5.
Oh, this might be game number 5.
Game 5. Next play, Evos takes it to game 5.
Down to the wire we go.
Nxpe needed to shake things up. Nxpe needed to shuffle something around. They bring in the prodigal son. They bring in H2, and they bring it to a game number 5.
The triumphant return, and you can hear the crowd roaring.
Wow, wow, wow. Now the question is, Renmar, are you going to talk to me tomorrow or not?
Yes. Look at this. This is where the crowd is actually a big factor for Onic Philippines right now. You can hear the next play fans just going wild after H2's triumphant return.
Yeah.
After that victory, going to game number 5. And now Onic Philippines, they're going to have to hear that ringing in their ears through the isolated headsets. The wild, wild fans of Next Play Evos. Onic fans, they got to step it up right now because this is war.
Yeah, the moment H2 sat down on the players, the playing area for the players there, the crowd went wild. And of course, H2 helping the team force a game number 5. Fantastic link play, map-wide pressure, how he was able to eventually get the kills. And then at the same time, go back to Oreshi's glue. Perfect pick to the